represent those of Town Square Media, its employees, or advertisers.
The following program is paid for by Tim Fletcher.
Audience we have today, Rogers. My God. Oh, boy. For those that were watching, that's the kind of energy we're bringing to the table today. That's my heart rate. Huh. Yeah, it's up to 110. Let's slow this puppy down a little bit. Good morning, everybody. How the heck are you? This is the Tim Fletcher Show on 103.3 FM 1130 The Tiger. Oh! 103.3 FM 1420 The Goat. Good morning, Don Key, our confused goat. That's down in Lafayette, man. What a great little town that is. Little town. I grew up in a town of 7,000 people. So, kids, my name is Tim Fletcher. Nice to meet you. Or nice to see you, I should say. We've met before. But I don't know if you're aware of this, but that's Dirtfoot behind my voice here. Those guys absolutely rock. And I'm talking the Casbah and anything in between. From Minden to the Casbah. They rock it. Here's another thing. Did you know you can call us on the Mudbugs Hockey Hotline? 318-725-5945. 318-725-5945. That's 318-RALLY-45.
Hello.
Coach O.
Hello.
Hey, man, you ever had a lawsuit with LSU and Ole Miss or anything in your life?
We're coming.
Uh-oh.
We're coming.
Is that a yes?
And we ain't backing down.
Or is that a no?
Hello.
Whoop, whoop. So, Mudbugs Hockey. Get in touch with the Bugs. Get your season tickets going. 318-636-7094. Go to mudbugshockey.com. Hey, did you know you can text us on the Live Oak Environmental text line? 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453. LiveOakENV.com. Live Oak Environmental. Man, I hope they're handling your dumpster service, dude, because if you got someone else out there doing it, check the logo on the dumpster, man. If it's not the Live Oak logo, then, dude, that is just trash. And that ain't worth spit. How about this? Why don't you call Live Oak like our friend did? She and her business partner, expanding, needed dumpster service. Her friend, who I don't know, doesn't listen to the show, had already contacted 2 other dumpster services, okay? And our friend, you know her as well, Raj, she said, hey, Live Oak sponsors Fletcher shows, give them a call. She said she calls and speaks to Jill, okay? Talked to her for 30 minutes. Said had the best time. Said got her personal cell in case we have any problems. Their rates were more than competitive. Their service, their contract situation. She goes, it was a no-brainer. Went with the Live Oak. She goes, I don't know why people don't just do that. And I said, do you want to come do a commercial kind of say that. And so that was her just now. She sounded a lot like me, Raj, but we put it through the synthesizer. I'm working on it, right. But it's true. That's a true story. Live Oak Environmental, liveoakenv.com. You can get in touch with them, 318-230-7125. Apparently, Jill can work magic. She's a very nice person and was very, very kind to my friend and helped seal the deal for Live Oak Environmental. Hey, how about this? The early riser portion of our show. It's brought to you by Sports World. 8809 Joella. Sports World is about Sports World. Hey now, you crazy cats, who out there's got a football player they need to outfit this year, huh? Well, you're going to go trust the high school junior that's only working in the big box store because his dad told him to put down the video games and get out and do something, or he wasn't going to be able to have a car his senior year? You know, why are you going to let that kid choose the helmet and shoulder pads for your young person? I wouldn't either. Okay, they're good for some good things. I mean, they got like Yetis and stuff, I guess. Dude, when you need gear, it's Sports World or bust. They've been doing this since 1973. Jack and his crew are the ones who know how to outfit every athlete in every sport with the right equipment that's going to fit and help them perform better and also keep them as safe as they possibly can. Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Well, I feel like I'm in a talkative mood this morning, Raj. I think it's the blood flow to my head coming in here. By the way, our friends, you heard the band strike up the Ink Pay, Anther Pay. I don't think we can say it because of trademark. Theme there. And it's because we're a couple of cool kids in here. When Hester shows up, buddy, we become ice cold. What's cooler than being cool? Hambone, Hester, and me. Because we're all over the X as the Pink Panther. Whoops, I just said it.
But the bees wasn't playing.
Okay. We're on the X at Fletcher Worldwide, at Fletcher Show, at Hey Boy Rogers, at A Hester32. Heard him in here yesterday talking about GeekCon and talking about, I think we talked about cards, but it may have been something else. That might have been. Okay. You'll hear him on with our buddy Calvin Robertson in his new show, Off Center with Calvin, from 4 to 5 every day. And that precedes, of course, Sports Talk with JJ and Bonsai Ben. Featuring Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame inductee in the class of 2026, John James Marshall. Now, the guy running the show, though, for Calvin is our old buddy, and he's down the hall, the Michigan man. Give him a follow on X as well, at Greg Atoms. I high-five each and every one of you. And this is the thanks I get. Yes, I did hand gel immediately afterward, because you people are pigs. Oh, sorry. Did I say that or think that? We're also on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads under Tim Fletcher Show, and we stream the show, the radio program, live with video and beautiful Technicolor sound and Panavision audio. Woo! It is, yeah, it is. You just saw everything in live Technicolor audio. And, man, it made my nose absolutely hear birds like I've never tasted before. It's amazing. Check us out on the Tim Fletcher Show Facebook page and the Tim Fletcher Show YouTube channel. Bluto did it. At the end of the program, at 10 o'clock, I know you're thinking, what, there's 3 hours and 51 more minutes of this? Sign me out. Out. But when the show is over, that cat over there in front of me, Rogers Hambone Hampton, meow, he and I pump it up and put these big bulging muscles to a test. Beastly mad. As we will grab every hour that we do, live radio. And we grab it and we shove it all the way up into the potosphere. so that you can download it whenever you want. Listen to it at your leisure. Listen to it at your pleasure. Whatever aspect of the show you missed. You missed our interview with Dr. Jim Henderson yesterday. The cool school press for Louisiana Tech University as part of our Spell Brothers Lumber Tech Tuesday. It was awesome. I could talk to Jim Henderson for hours. He's a good guy and really, really smart. And Louisiana Tech is obviously in extremely wonderful hands. And our interview was in the third hour yesterday's show. So if you want to listen to it, it's at the very top of the third hour. I encourage you to because he does a lot of the talking. I don't. So it actually sounds pretty good. Time now. Boy, that was a sudden movement. Whew.
I know.
Hold on.
That's why I paused.
Time now.
You even caught me off guard.
Oh, I'll tell you. For your SEC update. It's brought to you by our old pal, Bo Harris. Wealth Management. Bo's an awesome fella that has got, again, I wake up and I'm like, oh boy, oh golly, geez, I got to go bore the Arklatex today for another 4 hours. Oh, here we go. I'm helping absolutely no one have a better life. There's nothing I'm doing that is of any consequence. But if you're Bo, you get to wake up every morning and think, holy cow, today is a day that I get to help somebody reach their financial goal, to achieve their investment goals that they set 27 years ago. Or, man, I get a chance to meet today with a young couple for the very first time to help them come up with a game plan to help them take care of education, to take care of weddings, to take care of grandkids, to take care of each other 45 years from now. Or 35 years. That's bad math. 35 years from now. That's what Bo Harris gets to do every single day, man. That's awesome. If you want to get something rocking and rolling with Bo Harris, give him a holler, man. He's a good guy. 318-670-3101. The SEC Football Media Days get underway on Monday in Tampa. Right? This will be the first time that the city of Tampa, heck, the state of Florida, has had the SEC Media Days. So far, it's been Birmingham, Dallas, Nashville, Atlanta. Or that may have been Atlanta, Nashville, Dallas. So, we're set to go. Who's going? Well, there's at least one eyebrow raised, I know, for the LSU contingent going, but Alabama sending Zabian Brown, defensive back, wide receiver Ryan Coleman Williams, who is finally in his final year that he'll be at Alabama. Bray Hubbard, defensive back. Arkansas is sending a hoo-hee. Caden Kittler, offensive lineman. Oh. Quincy Rhodes Jr., defensive end. Okay, I know him. Sutton Smith, running back. Don't know him, but I know he had a nice spring. Auburn, Champ Anthony. Byram Brown, their quarterback that transferred in from South Florida. And Alex McPherson, a kicker. Here you go, Auburn. War Eagle, here's your kind of season. You're sending your kicker to media days. Whew. Maybe Golish is just kind of underselling the talent he's got. Yeah. Florida with Pat Summerall. Is that right, Pat Summerall? No. John Summerall. Pat Summerall was with John Madden, the voice of CBS and Fox for a while. Pat Summerall. In Florida, Jaden Ball, the running back who's probably one of, with the Ahmad Hardy's season in jeopardy in Missouri, may be the best returning running back. Miles Graham, linebacker, and wide receiver Vernell Brown III. That sounds like Florida has had a receiver named Vernell Brown III for 37 straight years. I mean, seriously, have they not had somebody named Vernell or Brown at wide receiver or the third every single stinking year? Georgia sending Drew Bobo, offensive lineman Drew Bobo. Raylan Wilson, another outstanding linebacker coming out of Georgia, and their starting quarterback, Gunnar Stockton. Kentucky with their, what's his name, the new head coach, the guy that was the OC at Oregon last year, I think. Sending their quarterback, Kenny Minchie, and I can't remember where he played last year. Willie Rodriguez, their tight end, Ty Bryant, the safety. LSU is sending T.J. Daugherty, linebacker. Trades Green, makes sense. And Whit Weeks. Hey, T.J. Daugherty? Why not send your quarterback? Intrigued. Or it might be, and I thought about this. I said, well, Trades Green, you got to. He's the best player LSU has. Whit Weeks, sure, he's a good quote. He's been around and he's stuck around. And is he the one dating Lane's daughter or was dating? If he's not, his brother does or did. And then I thought, okay, those guys make sense. With the Daugherty kid, I was like, maybe he had a good enough spring where Lane Kiffin was like, hey, you work hard, this is what you get. You know, you get the fruits of coming out here. So, God, I can't think of any other reason why you take Daugherty. Ole Miss sending their star quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss, Will Ecolas, a defensive tackle, and Kawan Lacey. Oh, I take back what I said about the Dunbar kid. Lacey may be the best running back coming back. Mississippi State, Anthony Evans III, wide receiver. How did he get away from Florida? Kelly Jones, cornerback, and their quarterback, Kamario Taylor. Woo-hee! Missouri is not in the SEC. I don't know why they're listed here. Oklahoma sending their quarterback, Heisman hopeful, John Mateer. Eddie Pierre-Louis, offensive lineman who probably was not feeling very froggy yesterday. His team took it on the chin. Spain with a 2-0 win over France. Take that, Eddie Pierre-Louis. The offensive lineman for Oklahoma. Where the winds. Taylor Wine, defensive lineman, comes sweeping down the plane. South Carolina, Nick Harbor. You know what they say, any Nick Harbor will do, Raj. Wide receiver for the Gamecocks, their stud quarterback, Lenora Sellers, and defensive back Peyton Williams. Tennessee's got Deshaun Bishop at running back, Arion Carter of a linebacker, and Jeremiah Thielander, another linebacker. The Burnt Orange crew is sending Arch Manning. Oh, it doesn't sound familiar. Defensive end Colin Simmons and offensive lineman Trevor Gooseby. So basically they're sending their 3 of their 4 or 5 All-Americans. How do they do it? A&M sending Damian Sanford, a linebacker, Marcus Ratcliffe, the safety, and Marcel Reed, quarterback. That's a kid that has shown glimpses, hasn't he? You know, but he also has shown a little too much 2 steps back. And finally, Vanderbilt sending their 3 Vandymen, running back Cedric Alexander. I take pottery classes. Defensive lineman Issa Okwatara. Yes, I take women's studies because it's time that we learn a perspective from the other side. And wide receiver, Junior Sherrill. I'm a Vandyman. My father was a Vandyman. His father was a Vandyman. And his father was Vandy. Wow. 4th generation. And those are your SEC Media Day attendees. You know it's football season when SEC Media Days pokes its head out of its hole and Greg Sankey gives a paragraph of gobbledygook. And that's your SEC update, brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris is a really good guy, former Captain Shreve Gator, LSU Tiger, Cincinnati Bengal legend. Bo is a certified financial planner, CFP, certified investment management analyst, CIMA. Securities are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors, Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Bo Harris Wealth Management of Conservative Financial is a separate entity from WFAFN. Call Bo, 318-670-3101. See Bo, 223 Fannin in downtown Shreveport. Look up Bo on the web at boharriswm.com. Time now to say good morning to our wonderful friend, our old pal from days gone by and current as well. Our old pal Rogers Hambone Hampton.
Hey, boy. Happy hump day there, Timothy Fletcher.
Happy hump day to you. Happy
So you're telling me it's time
birthday.
for the old Sankey leg. It's that time of year. Till Sankey leg time.
Oh, buddy, yeah. Sankey will give the state of the SEC.
The state of the SEC address. I like that.
And it'll be mostly, hey, guys, go get some more money.
Yeah.
And after that, get more. How was your Tuesday, buddy?
You know what? It was a Ruby Tuesday.
Oh.
No, I just chilled, to be honest with you. Kind of hung up here, caught up with my soapies. Just kind of chilled out.
Oh, yeah, I got to see most of that.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
did. You
I
did.
was
You
up
got
here.
you got to see the aftermath of a really big week last week. So
Very big week.
It was close to 2 deaths in there in one episode, but they both survived.
And they were estranged husband and wives.
Yeah, and they both
had
didn't
been
know they
estranged
were in
before.
trouble. Yeah.
Right. It was a wild
Yeah.
scene. And what's the town's name? Not Glenmore.
Genoa City.
Genoa City.
Yeah.
New started with a G.
Everything's Genoa Bank and Trust, Genoa City Coffee Shop.
For a city that size to have one coffee shop where all the elites hang out.
It's you know what? I think it's a small downtown, and it's more of a rural area because Victor apparently owns like half the land around Genoa
Right.
City, and the Abbotts own like another half.
Right.
So that only leaves you really downtown, and that's why now Kane is talking Lily into developing toward the waterfront some properties so people to get businesses and apartments down on Genoa City riverfront.
You don't think that's why 50 Cent's leaving us? He's going to Genoa City to hook up
You know
with
what?
Kane.
Once Kane found out that, once 50 Cent found out Kane was Aristotle Dumas
Yeah,
and had built that empire
right.
overseas
Overseas
with
in
the
Italy,
maze,
yeah.
and he had a train in every
Right.
station in the world.
That's an easy, you want to be in business with successful people.
And that's kind of what 50 said.
Yeah.
He goes, I only make deals that make sense. And you can look at Kane. Well, all his deals made sense. He just crossed Victor.
Right.
And when you cross Victor, you're eventually going to lose.
You know what they say at the drapery shop?
What's that, bro?
Curtains.
Golly.
That's what it is when you mess with Victor.
Well, yesterday was as mad as I've ever seen him.
He won a daytime Emmy yesterday.
In that last scene with the anger.
Last scene. I'll tell you right
He
now.
mustered up every
He
bit of
did.
old man left in him to
Victor
yell at
Newman's
Kyle.
still alive,
He's still alive.
and his deal where he told Kyle to get the hell out.
Or I'm going to have you removed.
That was
Well, how did he get
sir.
How did he get on the property to start
Well,
with?
we don't know
Where
that.
he just walked right in the
not
front
that
door.
important, Roger.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm a detail man. Sorry.
From
sorry. Sorry.
and this comes from Rogers and I both we are not only participants but also partial owners of the Tim Fletcher School of Acting
Oh my
for
gosh.
actors,
My
and so we
gosh.
know good acting.
It's such an outlet for us.
And what we saw yesterday with Victor Newman, chef's kiss. It's the best. That's as good as it gets.
Because right now he's got a wife going blind. Is blind.
That's right. She is blind,
And she's
She is
trying to
blind.
recover from life
Right.
eye-saving
And
surgery.
he seems to still be above the fray, even though he has authored the kidnapping of his business rival, and the person that he authored the kidnapping with ended up trying to murder his said rival as well as said rival's estranged wife.
Yes.
And he's like Shohei Ohtani.
He still gets to glow.
He's like Shohei with the
When he
gambling.
told Kyle, I'm not at
You
your
know?
dad's death side
Allegedly.
gloating.
Reportedly.
But the reason he's on the death side is because of you, Victor. But I'm not there gloating.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean that you weren't the
You know what this is, Raj?
What's that, bro?
This goes back to, we're talking about SEC Media Days. You
Yeah.
know what else is coming up? That means the Rookie Symposium and all that. So this reminds me of what Chris Carter's sage advice. Kids, write this down, okay? If mom and dad are still asleep and you're up because you just can't get enough of Hambone and me and Hester in the mornings, well, God bless you, little 7-year-old. That's awesome. But get a little pen and paper and write this down, okay? Life advice from Chris Carter. He's a Hall of Famer, by the way, so this isn't just some idiot. And consider me the conduit. I'm just the bridge from Chris Carter to the new generation. Get you a fall guy. -30 End of story. Get you a fall guy. Every problem, Raj, could be solved with a fall guy. Again, for instance, if you were the best player in the world at your sport and you got caught with like massive gambling and you don't really quite speak the language of the country that you're participating in the sport, allegedly. But the guy who interprets for you is the only one who communicates in English or in the native language with those who take wagers. And so you had no idea what he was doing because he was speaking the native language, and I don't speak the native language. That interpreter guy, he could be what is considered a fall guy if the star athlete ever got in trouble with anything. You know? That's how the system works. So there you go. I think that's a good way to start the show, Raj. Sage advice, information given,
Hopefully received.
and received, and I think it's just pearls of wisdom. This is all alleged stuff. These are all made up situations in my head that I was talking about.
Foodly woolly.
Right. I'm not referencing
No.
any live human being,
No.
fake or fictional
No.
or true. 6:26 the time. All-Star Game last night. Buddy, if you missed the top of the first, boy, how do you miss it all, basically? But it was still enjoyable, and I still watched every single inning. Now, did I have a new method of watching the game that made it even more enjoyable than any other All-Star game, perhaps? Yeah, I'll tell you how we did that, because I don't mind sharing secrets of success. Okay? Like if I know something that works and it's cool, I'm going to let you know about it. Because I want you guys to have cool stuff too, like Chop Shop. That's cool stuff. I keep telling you guys, get your meat at Chop Shop. It's the best meat in the whole stinking area. It's local farms, farm fresh, pork, chicken, beef, dairy, eggs. They even have incredible prepared meals. Take home lasagna, according to a very, very good cook that I know who's married to a good friend of mine. She's a good friend. And she's a fabulous cook. She says, they call me when they have a pan of lasagna because I am getting it. She goes, it's incredible. And don't forget their hot bar. To-go items out of the hot bar, including a chicken parm patty melt that will make your mouth water just thinking about it. It's so thick. It's unbelievable. Chop Shop, 724 Azalea Drive. The Sample family. Scott and Emily, good people. 724 Azalea Drive, just off Line Avenue. Hambone and I will be back with an LSU update right after these words.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
11:30 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Every morning, the early riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World. These guys are there morning, noon, and night, really, for everybody since 1973. Whenever you've had an athletic gear need, you've always been able to count on Sports World. Every single time. Helmets, cleats, starters blocks, javelins, you name the sport, they've been able to come through for you, and they continue to do so. Locally owned and operated Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132.
No more mold, no more damage, no more outdated old bathroom, no more slipping and hurting, no more stress. Make your ordinary bathroom extraordinary for only $99 per month. New shower, new door, new tub, new wall, new anti-slip technology. Be stress-free. Call 800-770-5322. BCI Bath and Shower is made in America for the highest quality. Ask about our military and senior discounts. Your dream bathroom in as little as one day. First 50 callers save $1,500 on a never clear glass treated door. Call now for free premium color upgrades. 800-770-5322. Call BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in bathroom remodeling. Be smart, safe, and stay a step ahead of inflation with our interest-free financing options. Call 800-770-5322. Love your bathroom with free upgrades. Call 800-770-5322. That's 800-770-5322.
Are you familiar with Sports Cards of Louisiana, Shreveport Bossier's premier sports card and TCG store? That's right. Buy, sell, trade sports cards, Magic, and Pokemon. They're a Topps Direct MVP account, Topps Buyback Redemption Program, Play Pokemon store. They're a Fanatics Collect Direct Submission Shop, Games, Workshops, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Paints and Supply, Magic the Gathering Friday every single week. They have Commander Night plus Pokemon Play on Sundays at Sports Cards of Louisiana, 3000 North Market Street, Suite 178.
103.3 FM and 11:30 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Hello. What's going on, kids? 6:30 is the time on this lovely Wednesday, July 15th. Oh, it's my brother's birthday. I gotta remember. 68. Whew. 68 years old. Terry Wade. Not Terrence, but Terry. Terry Wade. 68 years old. So happy birthday there, bruh. Dude, bruh. 68th birthday. And I think he can still count there, to 68. He's still got, got most of those brain cells still tickling the ivories. So good stuff. But it's Wednesday, July 15th. 16 days away from the old high school sweetheart's birthday, Raj. Not that I remember. Time now. Here in the early riser portion of our show, brought to you by Sports World. 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Jack and his crew get your little ones out there head to toe, outfitted for the upcoming football season, whether it's flag or whether it's tackle or whether it's a thud or I don't know, whatever they're doing nowadays. Like in that 8 to 11-year-old range, are you playing a little tackle or are you not playing tackle? Whatever it is, they've got it at Sports World. And it's time now for an X-Mark Strength Equipment LSU update. X-Mark Strength Equipment. I grabbed my 2 dumbbells yesterday. Come here, you dumbbells. I clunked their heads together. And I said, you go out there and you go, moy to them bums. No. X-Mark Strength Equipment are just great people. They are just awesome. And the Baileys, of course, I think both are NLU. I know Mitch said he's an NLU guy, so these folks have been around for a while. 25 years they've been taking care of strength and training equipment for folks nationwide, worldwide. They go everywhere. And the great thing is for folks down in Lafayette, and you can hear us down in Acadiana, and throughout the 318, dude, you're just right here, 7144 West Park Road. Save the shipping costs. Come pick up the equipment and have training strength equipment that's going to last the next 2 generations, for Pete's sake. It's insane. Good people. Bringing you the LSU update. Well. Again, we mentioned the LSU contingent going to SEC Media Days, and again, it's Whit Weeks, Trey Green, and TJ Daugherty. And Daugherty is kind of in the news because he and his fellow former Ole Miss Rebel, Princewell Ulan Milan, had player contracts, NIL with Ole Miss. And apparently there was a buyout that if you transfer, you got to pay us back some of that money. Then you don't get no coke. According to Ole Miss Athletic Director Keith Carter, Ole Miss is considering taking legal action to collect the buyouts from both Daugherty and Uman Milan. On3.com reports that it is right at $1 million that the two owe. Now, what's kind of interesting about that, and I haven't done the research, so why not go ahead and just say it publicly if I don't know if it's true or not, but I'll go ahead and espouse it. But this was according to ESPN. Ole Miss did not pay a buyout to Clemson in a situation a few years ago. Ole Miss head coach Pete Golding allegedly texted Lou Ferrelli while he was enrolled at Clemson to ask about his contract buyout, sent him a picture of $1 million contract offer. This consequence led Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney to publicly accuse Ole Miss of blatant tampering, as Ferrelli had already signed a revenue-sharing agreement and begun workouts with Clemson. Following the allegations, Clemson reported Ole Miss to the NCAA, prompting an investigation. And as someone tweeted out, Purple and Gold Pulse, so Keith is going to sue 2 players who are now enrolled at LSU for not giving Ole Miss their buyout. Meanwhile, as of June 14th, 2026, or July 14th, 2026, Ole Miss still hasn't paid Clemson for Luke Ferrelli's buyout. Now, I don't know if I remember the Forelli situation, but I didn't know if there was a buyout actually involved in that. And so I don't know if that's true or not, if there was a buyout and if Ole Miss has or has not paid for it. But it is interesting, at least, that Golding and Carter at Ole Miss have certainly committed as egregious, tampering as Lane may have done with Daugherty and Princewell. So it's one of those things, dude. If you live in glass houses, don't throw stones. Because as soon as you start slinging mud, it gets to be slung right back at you. Got 1, 2, 3 pointing back at me when I'm pointing at you. So, ka-ting, ka-ting. And that's your LSU update brought to you by Xmark Strength Equipment, xmarkfitness.com, the letter X, M-A-R-K, fitness.com. Xmark Strength Equipment. 25 years they've been taking care of your strength training equipment needs, and they are continuing to do so with an even more incredible array of fitness equipment, from barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, Black Diamond weight benches, full rack, half rack trainers, Hurricane air bikes, and so much more. Go check it out yourself. In person, you can do it. The store opens. Their giant 100,000 square foot showroom, warehouse floors store, Rizzer at 7144 West Park Road, right over yonder. Dude, they open in 38 minutes. So knock yourself out. They're open 7:15 to 3:30. Very, very kind people, too. And Hambone and I will be back with more of the Early Riser portion of the show, brought to you by Sports World, right after this.
Every morning, the Early Riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World. These guys are there morning, noon, and night, really, for everybody since 1973. Whenever you've had an athletic gear need, you've always been able to count on Sports World. Every single time. Helmets, cleats, starters blocks, javelins, you name the sport, they've been able to come through for you, and they continue to do so. Locally owned and operated Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132.
If you've got a family event coming up soon, that means someone has to plan a meal. Make sure that meal includes a honey-baked ham. Everyone will be fat and happy after eating their share of honey-baked ham. But they're more than just a ham store. They have a great deli as well. Soups, salads, and a lunch special of a ham or turkey sandwich, a cookie, and a drink for less than $12. Honey Baked Hams, 5739 Uri Drive in Shreveport. To learn more and to see their great menu selections, go to myhoneybakedstore.com.
Spell Brothers Lumber, our Tech Tuesday sponsor, has done some nice work for you there. Robert J. Wright, radio legend. What was it that you loved about the service from Spell Brothers?
6 windows and a door, all new and installed in less than a day. The price was great, got a big tax break. Find out more on their website, spellbroslumber.com. And let us not forget about the great tax break, spellbroslumber.com.
River City's Floors at 3910 Shed Road in Bossier City handles all your flooring needs. Hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl, tile and stone, carpet. Plus, they can repair, restore, install, maintain. And if you've got a business, a large business, they can take care of your commercial service as well. They are River City's Floors, and they bring us our springtime coaches conversations. Kevin Bryan and Company at 3910 Shed Road in Bossier City. River City's Floors in Bossier.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what do you say, pal? Tim Fletcher Show with Rogers Hampton. The early riser portion of our show, brought to you by Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Your local uniform pro since 1973. Our little show also is brought to you by Morris and DeWitt Injury Lawyers, morrisdewitt.com, D-E-W-E-T-T, morrisdewitt.com. Trey Morris and Justin DeWitt are local fellas who are raising their families here locally. Their kids go to local schools. They're as local gets, in other words. And you see some other law firms that advertise a lot. You know their headquarters aren't here. Who exactly have they made their local face, right? I don't know. That's just me. So I like local and guys that and women who have Shreveport and Bossier's best interest at heart. Houghton, Denton, Red River Parish, and these guys do. And it's not only evident with the representation they give to their clients, but what they do back in our community with backing so many things, including our wonderful endeavor here in just about 30 days. GeekCon 11, presented by Morris and DeWitt Injury Lawyers. Off Center with Colvin, our show with Colvin Robertson from 4 to 5, presented by Morris and DeWitt Injury Lawyers. They just do a lot of fun things like that, plus helping out so many charitable groups around here as well, local charities that put the money to use here with local folks who need it. And it starts with people like Morris and DeWitt. Bringing you our Athlete of the Week. 641. Raj, did you watch the All-Star Game last night?
I mean, every second.
Did you really?
I did not.
Dude, I thought I am Gullible's Travels over here. I believed you. I believed you.
No, I mean, I kept up with it through the phone, but just didn't sit down and plan and watch. I just really didn't. And then after the first inning, it was basically over. Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, we're finally going to see like some
fireworks.
Let's go. Christopher Sanchez had a tough time finding the strike zone right out of the chute. Did get a strikeout with Mike Trout to open the game. Jordan comes up, laces a single. I forget who was hitting third, but they walked.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Witt that also walked. And that's when Cody Bellinger rips a single almost. Cody Bellinger. Nearly took Sanchez's hip off with a shot right up the middle. That brought home 2 runs, including Jordan. The next man up, fellow New York Yankee, Ben Rice. He delivered a single up the middle. That made it 3-zip. And there's still only 1 out. And I was like, oh, wow.
It's going to be a long night.
It's going to be a long night. And I said, okay, good deal. Let's see a 12-9 game. Let's see these sluggers get out there. Sanchez was able to get his way, wiggle out without any other damage. And then their pitchers came in from the National League and only gave up Miguel Vargas' home run in the 8th inning in the top of the 8th. And that was basically it. So that's the only 4 runs that the American League scored. But meanwhile, the National League couldn't hit their way out of a paper bag.
Yeah.
11 American League pitchers last night with 15 strikeouts. That's 1 less than the All-Star Game record. And they gave up just 3 hits, which is also the second fewest ever given up in an All-Star game.
You just never know what you're going to get.
And the thing is, Raj, only one of the kids that pitched last night for the American League, only one of them hit 100, and it was the what was his name, the Vassar or something like that, Toronto.
Yeah, Massage or something like that. Yeah,
he hit 100, but everyone else, I mean, they were throwing heat. It's still 96,
but
98.
they were probably just ticking it.
But it's not Mizorowski and Paul Skeen's heat.
Yeah.
But how stinking good do you have to be to go through those type of hitters and not get a sniff of a hit? And they had a couple of guys mic'd up last night, and early on in the first inning, actually. I don't know if you didn't watch the game, then here you go. But if you did watch it, you know what I'm talking about. They had Dylan Cease, who was a starting pitcher, and Shea Langoliers, who was a starting catcher. Cease with Toronto, Langoliers with the Athletics. They had them both mic'd up. And so that was pretty funny because basically Dylan Cease would just get up there, and he was throwing gas, man. I think he had 0-2 count on the very first hitter. And he covers his mouth with his glove, and he says, I want to throw one more heater. I want to throw one more fastball. Langolier's like, oh, okay. And so that's how he was doing his signals. He'd say, let's throw a change up here. I'm going to throw a curveball now. Let's go to the, no. And the broadcasters were talking to him as well, and he was talking back to them.
The pitcher?
Yes, and the catcher. And so they were asking him.
Okay.
And at one point, they said, all right, 0-2, and he just got the ball back from the catcher, and he's walking back to the rubber. And they said, what are you thinking? He goes, I'll probably do something like a little curveball, a little off speed, some change up or something. And whoever the color guy was like, really? He goes, no, I'm throwing the fastball. I'm coming 4 seams, high heat. And it was pretty cool that they had that situation. They had Bobby Witt mic'd up, and then, of course, you also had a really kind of I liked it, and if you didn't see it live, you probably have seen a highlight where they had like a Sandlot interlude in the game where they really did show kids in jerseys and hats and with gloves on the handlebars, hopping on their bikes, riding down the town streets and all that good stuff. The next thing you know, it cuts to a guy putting a needle on a phonograph, and it's Ray Charles, America the Beautiful. And then they cut to the kids looking through the fence, like in Sandlot, but it's the actual outfield fence of Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, and they open the fence, and the kids come riding in on their bicycles. Fireworks go off, and boom, there's Ray Charles singing live on the stinking field, America the Beautiful. And I was like, okay, it's getting dusty in here, because it was really cool. So that was pretty neat, and the kids were just perfect. They absolutely looked like this was like another filming of The Sandlot. And one of the funny things that I thought also was pretty neat, every All-Star that wasn't out there in the field, and the ones who were in the field had one of the kids on the bicycles rode up to him and kind of hung out with him during the singing of the song and got their autographs and were able to get like pictures with him and stuff. But every other player was out of the dugout on the field holding sparklers. And so you look around, and here's the greatest players. There's Juan Soto. There's, Justin Verlander. There's Paul Skeens over here. Bobby Witt. They're all holding sparklers, as part of the festivities. And none of them look like, oh, crap, man, this is stupid. They all look like they were like, we're grown men playing the game that is being kind of tributed here. We were those kids. And so let's all go back to having sparklers and stuff. So it was really kind of a cool thing.
Sparklers. Wow.
Yeah. So I said, great job. I not as much hitting as I would liked, obviously.
Oh, but sometimes the old saying is true. Great pitching beats great hitting.
And last night you had it on both sides except for Sanchez in the very first inning.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing, Raj. I found the perfect way to watch a game that might start getting boring.
Oh.
So I have it on YouTube TV. So you can do multi-screens on YouTube TV. You can go 2, 3, 4 boxes, okay? So with that said, I was like, all right, I'm going to put the game. It was like in the third inning. You could just tell that nobody was getting hits. I'm like, what can I find this show? Okay, what movie's playing? Oh, look what just started. It's Roadhouse.
Oh, no.
So I watched Roadhouse, had the sound from Roadhouse while I had the picture of the All-Star Game. And every time it would go to a commercial, only twice during the entire movie did I have to listen to a commercial during either one of those. By the way, our show presented to you by Porter's Cleaners. Drop your dry cleaning off by 9 this morning. It'll be ready by 5, in by 9, out by 5.
Because you got some gravy on your shirt last
I did get some gravy. Speaking of, reminder, purple.
I mean, doing an All-Star game, you get all sorts of stuff on it.
Well, you know what? I did, because I had I'll tell you in a little bit, Raj. But, yeah, that was the perfect way. And so, like, the game was getting a little, kind of in the doldrums. It was basically nameless, faceless, striking out nameless, faceless, because it was all the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be taller. And by golly, what was the doctor's last name in the movie? Was it not? Because she was Red's daughter. Crud. Wasn't Bailey, was it?
Now you got me confused.
Dude, when he showed up in the emergency room and she turned around, she had those glasses on. I was like, holy moly. I forgot how good looking that was. Huh?
What movie are we talking about?
Roadhouse.
Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, you said Red. I went, Red?
The hardware.
Okay,
that
you lost me there. Red took me. That was Red's daughter. You're right.
Yeah.
What is her name? Kelly Preston or Kelly
No, it's
Rogers?
not Kelly Preston.
The blonde.
Yeah, the blonde. Boy, I forget how she was drop dead gorgeous, man. That was such a fantastic movie.
It really was a good little movie, man.
Raj.
Red. You know that Red was actually a bodyguard for Elvis.
The guy that played.
Yeah, in real life. Red, it was his main bodyguard most of his career.
So the guy that on the store.
On the
played
hardware
actor.
store that they destroyed and kept breaking stuff, and you had to, and they
That
burned
actor
it down.
was Elvis's
that actor
bodyguard.
in real life was one of Elvis's real life bodyguards.
Really?
If you see any pictures of him being surrounded by bodyguards, Red's next to him almost in every picture. And he was one of them that came out toward the end that kind of, as much as they denied what Elvis was doing,
Yeah.
that at the end that it tore him up, that they couldn't save him, that the pills overtook his life,
Right.
and that no matter who talked to him, including Red, that he just said one time that he looked at me and the other main bodyguard and just goes, "Man, I need him, man. I need him." And he said they knew at that point that, and
Wow.
within a year, Elvis was gone. Because he took pills to go to sleep. He took pills to wake up. Because he just didn't go to the noon movie feature in Memphis. He had to
Right.
rent the movie theater overnight.
Right.
And so imagine that life.
Yeah.
You're the exact opposite. But no, the guy from Roadhouse was actually, his real name is Red, and he was one of Elvis's main bodyguards his whole career.
I don't know that I have ever heard that.
Yeah, I promise you.
I believe you. I wonder,
yeah.
you and Hester may have brought it up, and I just have forgotten
I just didn't realize, yeah.
I'll be doggone.
Yeah.
Did he do a lot of other acting, you think?
No, he was like a little bit guy. So
I wonder if he got the part because people
probably
obviously knew his
Swayze was
history.
probably a Presley fan,
Yeah.
and maybe he helped with stunts or something, or hey, if you're going to act like you're a bodyguard, you need to act this way or do
Yeah.
that because I guarded the most famous entertainer
Right.
in the history of the world.
Right.
And nobody killed him. He killed himself, basically.
Yeah.
But no, Red was one of. You see some old pictures. He's next to Elvis all
Look
the time.
at there. Rogers Hampton.
Yeah. No, that's a
Spitting some
good
facts.
movie, man.
It's so good.
And you just look back on it, and it seemed like everybody that they cast was perfect for the role that they.
Perfect.
I mean, Sam Elliott.
Even
come on,
Teeter was
man.
perfect.
I
You
mean,
know? Sam Elliott, yeah.
yes, Sam Elliott just. Damn, that hurts, doesn't it? That's the attitude you grew up with. You're in a fight, and the other guy's getting the better of you. If you got to kick him in the knee to get him down, to stop him from whipping your butt,
Yeah.
you do it.
You do it.
Because that's a fight. It's a fight.
All's fair.
All's fair. But Red the bodyguard.
Probably wishes that the old coin would have landed on heads, Raj.
It did for many a year.
It did.
It did for many a year.
It did. 6:52 the time. But yeah, I thought the All-Star Game was fine. I liked the production of it. I enjoyed the Sandlot thing. I thought that was really kind of neat. And I thought that was neat with the mic'd up stuff. But yeah, I would love to have seen a little bit more offense. But when you're throwing away there was a pitch Cease through last night, Raj, that just unhittable. It was 97 miles an hour. It started off, it might have been against Schwarber. Might have been the strikeout pitch on Schwarber. It started off thigh high. And that's when, and that's what they're talking about, that Schwarber starts his swing when the ball's thigh high. And by the time that his barrel breaks the plane, goes past the plate, the ball is literally 10 inches below where Schwarber's swinging. It dropped that quickly and that dramatically, and that end of its life, on the way home. I'm like, how does anybody hit that unless it's just pure luck? If you know that he's going to throw something that's going to be breaking down on him, it's going to be breaking down and in, and you have been flummoxed the first two strikes, you just alter your swing to go a little lower and a little bit more uppercut on it, and you might, by chance, get some barrel on the ball. Maybe. But swinging at it, thinking that it's going to be over the middle, and then it breaks down on your back left foot. Embarrassing. Early riser portion of the show brought to you by Sports World. Schwarber probably couldn't have even got a hit with one of those super bats last night. How much damage would those guys do if they used some of those aluminum bats? Good Lord. Kill a man. Supra. They are sharp-looking bats. And you still have some travel ball. You got some. Baseball is basically now a 12-month sport, because we have some indoor facilities and access to that kind of stuff. Well, if you want the coolest bat that's got all the base hits baked into the barrel, you know where to go, where they've got vats of bats and walls of gloves. It is Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Thanks as well to our buddies over at Sports Cards of Louisiana. Stopped by yesterday, visited with Joey and Sarah for quite a while. Had a good visit. Man, they are on their way to National Fanatics Fest up in New York, and that's going to be awesome. Some brand new products coming out. Next week, it's Topps Chrome for baseball season. I got a couple of boxes while I was there yesterday and got some pretty good stuff. As a matter of fact, I opened a couple of things while I was there with Joey, but, you know, I'll take where did it go? Oh, here we go. A Luke Keeschel of the Minnesota Twins from the Topps Inception. Rookie card black with silver ink out of 125. Gorgeous card. Got a couple of Erling Haaland cards yesterday. Let's see, what else we got? Got a Nick Kurtz out of 50. That ain't bad. A Wilyer Abreu patch auto out of 75. A Giants starting pitcher rookie Hayden Birdsong. Not a rookie. It's the second. Oh yeah, he is a rookie. A 3-color patch auto of one of their cream colored uniforms out of 50. So just a really good productive box or two. And where to get it? Sports Cards of Louisiana. They're a local card shop, and they've got a ton of product. And they're so helpful and good people. Sports Cards of Louisiana, North Market Street in the Brookshire Shopping Center. Just north of I-220, right around the corner, right over there, Suite 178, Sports Cards of Louisiana. Hambone and I, we'll be back right after this.
How much do I love my Silverado LTZ 1500 Texas Edition? Well, almost too much to squeeze inside just 30 seconds. Could it be because of the wireless device charging? That's absolutely a big deal because my iPhone is kind of busted up where the charger goes, so I just stick it where the wireless device charger goes, and boom, my phone gets charged so quickly. There's so many cool things. Even the little things make it great. Silverado from Chevyland. Together, let's drive.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's two things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for sports.
Good morning, everybody. It's 6:59. The early riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Your local uniform pros since 1973. And, of course, school uniforms, buddy. They got them. It's about that time. Less than a month away. Oh, looks good on you, though. School unis at Sports World. 8809 Joella, just off 3132. So, Raj, the All-Star break today is literally the slowest sports day that we can have. It's the day before the British Open. It's the day before Major League Baseball gets going again in the second half with Yankees Phils, I think, a lone game on Thursday. It's right at the cusp of NFL training camps. Nothing really going on. So today is literally the slowest day in sports.
So everyone take this 24 hours.
Yes.
Take a deep breath, because for the next 6 to 8 months, you're not going to be able to breathe.
It's pedal to the metal.
It's pedal to the metal, and it's eastbound and down. So take today, center, maybe go outside during lunch. Just kind of take in some sunshine rays, maybe a little cool breeze. Just soak it all in.
What'd you call me?
Get oxygen into your system.
Yes, brother.
And tomorrow when you wake up,
yes, brother,
be ready, because it's nonstop until February.
Whoop, whoop.
When we get to the Super Bowl, baby.
It really is kind of nuts.
Yep.
That we're mid-July now. You're welcome there, Marco.
Polo.
He's going to the SEC Media Days, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool they're going to Tampa. Something new. Something different.
Raj, I didn't ask you. When I was doing the LSU update earlier, and I meant to. You think it's a little odd that Levitt's not going for LSU or not?
I don't.
Okay.
Because I think you're going to get more questions about his health and where he's at in rehab and what do you think.
And what's he going to be able to say about that?
Yeah, you can only answer so much, because he can't talk about, last season we did this and I did.
Right.
You can't really do it.
Outstanding point.
So I think that just, hey, you know what? He's
logically, why would we put him through?
These are the only questions he's getting.
He's gonna get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is going to take away from the other guys.
Right.
So
hey,
I'm not looking at it as
you're on a roll here with common sense.
I'm just looking at it as you're giving the kid a break. He's already under enough pressure. He's already enough scrutiny. Even this week when you were talking about, we know 2 other quarterbacks were offered more money before they got to him third.
Right.
But luckily, that's the world we live in now. You can't pull he dissed me.
Yeah.
Well, 2 other quarterbacks dissed him before you said yes. That's the world we live in now, and until they fix it, this is what it is. Just like you were talking about this university hadn't paid that university for the transfer portal fee, which means the next step is they're going to have to go to court. So all this is just the beginning of all of it. So we just have to deal with it until they come up with something better. And this is just the way it is. But yeah, why put that young man under that scrutiny? Because he's not going to be able to answer anything other than, I've been rehabbing. I've been throwing. They kept me out of practice just because they don't want anything to happen. They know I'm the number one guy. I know I'm the number one guy, or that I wouldn't have came here. They wouldn't have paid me.
Right.
So let's let somebody talk that maybe played last year or can maybe give you more insight into the campus than I can, since I'm new. And by the way, Lane's going to speak. So any bites you didn't get from the players, you're gonna get from Lane.
Right. And and it all goes back to the guys dissing each other, because I remember one of them said they called the other one, and he even said, "New phone, who did?"